Greetings, demons, and welcome to Warhammer Weekly, episode 89. So, this time around, we don't have too much to be going over, but there is still some interesting stuff to talk about. No pickups this time around, so let's just get straight into the topics.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
And starting out, as we so often do in 40k, we of course have more little teasers towards the eventual full reveal of the Emperor's Children, and this time around, we have a number of weapons, and yeah, I've been saying for the last few weeks that I've been very excited for Noise Marines. Very much that sort of vibe with some of these weapons. They have the big grill faces on the end of them, definitely noise-based weapons or sound-based weapons, and yeah, generally they all look pretty good. They're a little bit simplistic in my opinion. I think they could have been a little bit more extravagant. You know, I'm obviously a big fan of Noise Marines having big guitar weapons and stuff like that, but yeah, for standard, you know, more basic weaponry, this looks great, and the fact that it very much looks like it's going to be an upgrade sprue of some kind, very much appreciated. Means that it'll be way easier to actually make your Noise Marines for your Emperor's Children in the future, and yeah, overall they look good. I really do like the design. They're very, I don't know, they're very modern chaos unit weaponry, like in terms of general design. It is really those faces on the end that really push them apart. But yeah, overall, very nice designs, and I look forward to seeing yet more of the Emperor's Children in the future. But going back 10,000 years to the Horus Heresy, we have yet another new model reveal, this time it being the Iron Hands Legion Praetor, and this guy looks absolutely excellent, absolutely kitted out with little tentacles and various different weaponry all around him. The Power Glove as well, Power Glove, that's not right, what is it even called? Power Fist, I guess. And yeah, genuinely looks really, really good. It's very interesting that the unhelmeted head, I suppose, is actually still a helmeted head in a way, because it's only part of the forehead and eye that is actually uncovered, which is kind of an interesting take on it. But yeah, overall, this guy looks absolutely excellent. I can't help but just notice that one of, well, I mean, I guess all of the little tentacles, but especially the furthest one to the left, is very much a Doc Ock tentacle from Spider-Man 2. It really stands out to me, and I don't know why, but yeah, this guy looks great. I love that overall his armor is pretty simple, but he does have a lot of little flourishes and flare and stuff like that that really do make him look like an Iron Hands Praetor, essentially. Also, things like the robot arm entirely, the robot leg entirely, just really nice features that really do push that Iron Hands design philosophy. And yeah, in general, this guy looks really good. Comes with a pistol. Nothing too special in general, but yeah, definitely a nice Praetor, and definitely something that you could modify into various different things for your Chaos Legions if you really wanted to. And flying over to Necromunda, we have new models for House Tai. This is one we don't really see too often. I think it's actually been a long time since we actually had anything from this house. And this time around, it is the Onmyoda Coven. So basically some Psychers, some very interesting designs as well. They very much have that kind of, you know, I guess Eastern Asian kind of design, which is really interesting to see in 40k. And yeah, in general, they look very, very nice. I like the one that's wearing like the dress with the staff, I think is especially a standout here. The other one looks a little bit more like a typical assassin type, which, you know, no issue with that, but is a little bit more basic. I do really like both of these though. The servo skull as well on the base there, and also the robot legs, which I only just noticed, but that looks absolutely excellent. Just having a little bit of augmentation is just really cool. And yeah, overall these are some very interesting new models. Not much to say about them, unfortunately, but yeah, definitely some good Necromunda models. And of course, they will be coming in resin, which, you know, say what you will about resin, but yeah, they'll still look pretty good overall. And yeah, that's really all I have for Necromunda. Very cool models, but not really much else to say about them. So, moving over to Age of Sigmar, we have a brand new, pretty interesting little model. So it's actually kind of a 2-in-1 in a weird way. So this is Galen and Doralia Vendenst. And while I don't really know any of the information about them, they are obviously, you know, for order and everything like that. They, interestingly enough, have images of both of them as one solid unit on one larger base, and then individually on their own bases, which is kind of interesting. I don't remember seeing any models like that before that have that option, but yeah, overall looks very, very cool. As I say, when it comes to the human factions in Age of Sigmar, I've never been overly, you know, interested or caring. I think their posing is really nice. The weapon variety is very interesting as well. I like that Galen has like almost like a samurai stance. I think is pretty interesting. But yeah, overall, not the most, to me personally, interesting models out there, but definitely some good designs. And overall, yeah, if you are a fan of Order, if you are a fan of Cities of Sigmar and stuff like that, some very good new heroes for those armies. But yeah, that's all I can say about it. They are pretty cool. It's interesting that they have both single and double bases. But yeah, that's all I can say about it. And travelling back to the old world, we have our new almanac, which is basically giving us a bunch of new wizards along with their homunculi. And yeah, we have a nice variety here. We have a battle wizard who looks pretty interesting, and his little gnome covered in books and stuff. I'm not sold on the overall design here. I think the flow of the cloak is a little bit all over the place, but yeah, overall, pretty interesting new wizard character. I'm not going to say too much about these because I don't find them overly interesting, but they are definitely neat designs, and I do quite like them. The other is a elementalist with a little frog companion. I really do like the frog, and yeah, this guy looks very interesting. You could very, I know, I always try and bring things back to 40k, but you could very much turn this guy into some sort of Space Wolf, I feel. I feel like that is definitely the kind of vibe that he gives off, but definitely an interesting design overall. The staff being like a crystal shard at the end of it is very interesting, but yeah, the frog, of course, is just an excellent little guy. He has a little torch, he has little bottles on him and stuff. Very, very cute. I do really like that guy. And then finally, we have a necromancer who is, in my opinion, the best looking of the three wizards here. And yeah, overall, I love her scythe. I love the little skull, the little feathers all over her, just the candles, and of course her little skeleton friend is just lovely. I love little things like that. Like the little homunculi, whatever, are the best thing from these three in my opinion, but yeah, the little skeleton covered in wax and candles and a little bell and stuff, just lovely. I really do like that. But yeah, there we go. 3 new wizards for Old World, and yeah, pretty cool overall. Just not necessarily to my personal taste, but yeah, the Necromancer is definitely interesting to me. Just not a model that I'd be that interested in picking up overall. But yeah, they are all going to be available in Forge World resin. So yeah, same as the Necromunda models. It's a bit of a shame, but resin's resin. It's fine. It's not as good as plastic, or even, in my opinion, metal. But that leaves us with our Middle-earth strategy battle game information, and this time around we have yet another model for Hera, daughter of Helm Hammerhand. And yeah, of course, last time we saw her, it was as the Bride of Death, an also recently revealed model, and this time we have both on-horse and on-foot variants of her before she became the Bride of Death, and she looks pretty interesting. She looks actually really good. I like that the horse is so clean. Obviously, that's also to do with the painting, but it's rare for us to see horses that are that pristine. And yeah, overall, she almost reminds me in a way. It sounds weird to say, but she almost reminds me of like a Black Widow style character, like in the general aesthetic. Like she very much looks like the white suit Black Widow from Marvel, obviously, which I think is kind of interesting enough itself. I think overall, it's probably also the red hair, which doesn't help. But yeah, overall, very good model. I'm not overly sure why you'd have both in the same edition, but yeah, having both the Bride of Death and Daughter of Helm variants of Hera is definitely interesting. I just don't really get why that would be needed, but I'm sure people that are a fan of Middle-earth will understand a little bit more than I do, and yeah, overall looks very, very nice, but that is all I can really say for her. So with all that being said, that's going to be it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new here, and ring a bell so you never miss an upload. Otherwise, comment below any thoughts and feelings on any of the topics discussed so far. Are you getting, a bit tired of all the Emperor's Children teasers, or are you actually getting more and more excited like I am? And yeah, just anything else that you've seen in this video you want to talk about. But yeah, in any case, it's going to be from me, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but worlds divine. I just want